Hello YouTube. Well, today I'm not into that, but into this. This is my handy dandy fancy luggage trailer. And I have a problem with this luggage trailer that I want to solve today. That is the problem. There's something missing here at the back of my current car. And that piece of iron here on the ground is part of my solution. Today, and possibly part of tomorrow, I'll be working on how to mount this to that. First job today is to get rid of this huge piece of bumper plastic. It has to be removed completely to gain access for this. So far I found the following bolts. There's 4 screws here on top. Here under the lighting mount seems to be nothing. But here, somewhere in it, I found a bolt. It seems to be, yes, here it is. Behind here, it holds this thing up. And I found 2 nuts there in the dark. I have 2 nuts on the other side, of course, 2. And there are also more nuts. More further to the middle. I'll come back to you with this. But as so often, things get complicated when you think you have a simple way to go. So, I took the bolts off. I took these bolts off. And now I'm trying to get the 4 main bolts loose. And those refuse. I'll show you what's wrong. Once I have, this is a nut, and this nut turns around a bolt. Once the nut gets stuck on the bolt will turn with the nut. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the top end of the bolt with a tool to apply more force and get the nut loose from the bolt. So now I have to, probably, I think, I'm not sure, to get this lower part of the fender loose, and then hopefully I'll be able to reach where I have to be. But of course it's more work than I had expected. Okay, YouTube. Well, this is the progress in 1.5 hours. It turned out that the lower part of the bumper was fake. So it is one single big piece. But I was lucky enough to find a way to separate the outer bumper from the inner bumper, and that definitely helped me to take the things all from the car. So that's where they are now. But I still have to take this bumper bracket off with those slipping bolts in it. I can show you now why it's going wrong. This is the bumper bracket and these are the bolts. And these are the nuts that I took loose. As usually, this stuff was a bit rusted, and Also they used a way to extra tighten up these bolts, these nuts on the bolt. So I needed quite some force to just unscrew them. And that's why it went wrong. These are flat bolts that lie here in the nylon, which turns around quite easily. But I hope now that I have enough access to these, by the way, rounded bolts here, so I have no option to use a socket on or anything on them. But to withstand the force of turning around, and then maybe I might succeed in taking the other bracket off too. So wish me luck. So far, no success at all. Just another 5 minutes and I will never ever buy a General Motors product again. Damn! Well, the mentioned 5 minutes have passed now, and this is my official advice to the whole world: to never ever buy a General Motors product again. What a stupidity this is. A car industry that's already in business since 1880 and something, and they are still not able to produce bolts that are likely to get loose. This is basically a stupidity of having a bolt with no head to grip onto into a soft piece of nylon. Excuse me, but this. So, no option left but to drill the head off the bolts and have them drop out to the other side, hopefully. And if this doesn't work, I'll have to take the I'll have to bring in some more power tools. Okay, so I brought out the drill only to discover that I cannot reach the bolt with the drill. Yeah. But I'm a little bit lucky. I don't have to reuse that part of nylon, so I have decided that I will destroy it utterly, completely, altogether. So this is the new tool. Now a shot that I cannot refuse to show. So finally, these are the bolts. This is how deep they were embedded. I'm now going to try to give them, well, I think I will basically grind the head off so that the bolt with the nuts will drop to the other side. I think I don't have any other option. But I got the idea that I might try, now that I have slotted the bolt, to possibly, let's do a little bit now, well, forget it. I'm not strong enough. And the good news is that the heat of the grinder melted away the nylon or the plastic or whatever you want to call it. So I finally have the bolt ends free and I can grip it now with a huge grip vise. So I'm waiting for a second hand. One of my neighbors will help me out, and then I think I will have my nuts loose. Yay! Okay, so one bolt is out now, one bolt to go. And it's still causing us problems because it's so utterly tight. But we'll get there.
It happened. Ik zou zeggen, heel veel succes.
Kijk, deze meneer met die schoenen, met die bruine schoenen. The guy with the brown shoes. He helped me out, guys. And now he wants recognition, that's all.
Nee hoor.
But he's got it.
No.
But it's off. The last bolt, it's off. Hooray. One afternoon spoiled to Korean American engineering. So, this is the result for this afternoon. A lack of any better. I'm calling it quits for today. I was expecting to have now a trailer hitch hooked on to my car, but as you see it's only been a destruction process of which the debris are still lying there. So once I've cleaned it up here, I'm going inside and have a decent dinner. Bye bye. Tomorrow I won't continue on this job because my father will be visiting here with his Swift, which is ready for a maintenance visit. So oil and filter change and things like that. So see ya. But tomorrow it will be Swift